4 times.
Travis Kelce's recent podcast appearance set off a wildfire of excitement among fans after he was asked by his brother Jason Kelce a question that had everyone buzzing about his future with Taylor Swift. Right in front of Taylor, Jason casually asked Travis how many kids he imagined having with the pop superstar, and Travis didn't hesitate, immediately raising 4 fingers and cheerfully declaring, 4, man! The internet exploded instantly with speculation, memes, and wild fan theories about the couple's future. Taylor, sitting close by, couldn't help but laugh at Travis's enthusiastic answer and gave him a playful nudge. Jason, never one to hold back, jumped in with, "You better start practicing those dad jokes now, Travis." Travis grinned, shaking his head, and the jokes kept rolling, with Jason teasing, "That's a whole basketball team with a sub." The brothers' lively banter made the moment unforgettable, and fans replayed the clip over and over. Travis didn't stop at the headline-grabbing answer. He went on to share with the audience his deep appreciation for Taylor's relentless creativity and drive, calling her the most talented person I've ever met. He described watching her write songs, constantly refining lyrics and working late into the night, and said he admired her determination and how she never seemed to slow down. Travis joked about their future kids, imagining them inheriting Taylor's songwriting genius and his own athletic skills. Just imagine a kid who can write a #1 hit and then spike a football in the end zone. The crowd loved it, and Taylor laughed, pretending to jot down the idea for a song. If you're enjoying these stories, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more updates. Travis talked about how Taylor's positive energy has changed his own outlook on life. Her optimism, he said, is downright contagious, and he finds himself motivated to work harder and be better every day. "She's just got this energy, you know? It makes you want to get up and go after your goals," Travis explained, smiling as he glanced at Taylor. At this, Jason cracked, "Yeah, contagious like a cold, except way more expensive." Taylor rolled her eyes, and everyone burst into laughter. Travis revealed that Taylor had become one of his biggest supporters, showing up at his games and cheering him on louder than anyone else. He described looking up into the stands during a tough game and seeing Taylor wearing his jersey, leading fans in cheers. "It's like having a secret weapon," he said. "She brings this whole new level of energy." Travis told a story about a playoff game where he was feeling the pressure, but after seeing Taylor in the crowd, he found a new burst of confidence and ended up scoring a game-winning touchdown. He admitted that Taylor was now part of his pre-game ritual, saying, "If she's there, I know I'm going to play my best." The conversation turned to music, and Travis confessed that before meeting Taylor, his playlists were mostly filled with hard-hitting workout tracks, but Taylor had broadened his horizons. She introduced him to new genres, and he found himself listening to indie folk, pop anthems, and even some old-school classics he'd never heard before. Jason chimed in, "So you finally know songs that aren't about bench presses?" Travis shot back, "Hey, I'm getting cultured. Next thing you know, I'll be writing poetry." Taylor had even invited Travis to sit in on her studio sessions. He described being amazed at her process, watching her record vocals and experiment with melodies. He said he'd tried his hand at writing a few lines, though he joked, "Don't expect me to be dropping an album anytime soon." Travis revealed that he and Taylor have talked about doing a musical collaboration someday, maybe even a duet. He teased, "Who knows? Maybe we'll do a Kelce Swift tour, football in the afternoon, concert at night." Jason jumped in, "If you're singing, I'm selling earplugs at the door." The podcast wasn't all jokes, though. Travis talked about how he and Taylor help each other manage the pressures of fame. He admitted that the constant attention can be overwhelming, but having someone who understands what it's like makes everything easier. He shared how they support each other on tough days, whether it's a bad rehearsal or a lost game, and how they celebrate the wins together, big or small. Travis said that Sundays after a victory are now even better with Taylor there, and he described how she's become part of his family's traditions, from post-game dinners to holiday gatherings. He painted a picture of Taylor fitting right in, laughing with his parents, playing games with his nieces and nephews, and bringing her famous cookies to every get-together. The brothers reminisced about a recent family barbecue where Taylor joined in a spirited cornhole tournament and surprised everyone with her competitive streak. Travis joked, "She's more intense than half the guys on the team when it comes to winning." The group laughed as Jason recalled Taylor doing a touchdown dance after sinking a game-winning shot in cornhole. Travis also talked about traveling with Taylor during her world tour, saying that seeing different countries and cultures with her has been one of the highlights of his life. He described how Taylor's curiosity inspires him to try new things, from sampling unfamiliar foods to learning a few phrases in different languages. He told a story about getting lost in a foreign city together and turning it into a spontaneous adventure, laughing as they navigated winding streets and tried to read maps in a language neither of them spoke. Travis said those moments brought them closer and gave him memories he'd never forget. He touched on the little things they do to stay grounded, like quiet nights at home, cooking dinner together, or binge-watching their favorite shows. Travis admitted that Taylor had gotten him hooked on reality TV, and he found himself invested in the drama of shows he'd never watched before. Jason teased, "Wait, you're telling me Travis Kelce is watching The Bachelor?" And Travis laughed, "Don't judge, man. There's strategy involved." The podcast covered more than just their relationship. Travis shared stories about his childhood, recalling how he and Jason grew up playing backyard football, always trying to outdo each other. He credited his family for keeping him humble and supporting him through every high and low. He told a story about bringing Taylor home for the first time and how his mom instantly bonded with her over baking, while his dad gave her a crash course in football stats. Travis said seeing Taylor fit in with his family made him realize just how special their connection was. He talked about their shared love of animals, mentioning the rescue dog they adopted together. He described late-night walks with the dog, where they'd talk about their dreams and imagine what the future could look like. Travis joked that their dog already acts like a superstar, posing for photos and refusing to get out of bed in the morning. He also mentioned how Taylor encouraged him to get involved in charity work, joining her for visits to children's hospitals and volunteering at local shelters. Travis said those experiences opened his eyes to new ways of giving back and made him appreciate how much impact they could have together. He talked about the challenges of balancing careers, family, and public life, admitting that they don't always get it right, but they're committed to figuring it out together. Travis shared his hopes for the future, not just kids, but building a life filled with laughter, adventure, and love. He said he's excited about the possibility of working with Taylor on philanthropic projects, using their platforms to support causes they care about.